that get in here?
More importantly, what is it? A Vanguard weapon?
It shouldn't look like that. This isn't right.
Of course it isn't. This thing just appeared out of nowhere.
How can a ship look like some ancient column? It's too small.
The Doctor's ship is bigger on the inside, so I'm not sure if there's any reason why it couldn't be tiny on the outside. But in all the time I've known him, it's always looked like this big blue box. I didn't know it could change shape. But that noise, it was definitely the groany whizzy noise it always makes. Doctor, is that you?
Who? I demand that you identify yourself. Are you with the Yporene Vanguard?
Of course not. Today is your lucky day. I am the Master, and I am here to save you all.
I'm sorry, who exactly are you?
Was I not clear? I'm here to rescue you all.
But the Master?
You thought I might be the Doctor? Surely you used to titles as monikers.
So you don't have a name?
I did. Once upon a time. I want to say that it began with a K, or Thorn.
You said you could save us? How?
We can all get in my ship, my TARDIS, and I will take you all to safety.
So, you're one of the Doctor's people?
I'm disappointed he hasn't mentioned me before. Seems unlike him. He tends to bring up his friends on a regular basis. Terrible name dropper.
Well, if you're a friend of the Doctor's, then...
Then what, Bess? Can you vouch for him?
I suppose I could.
You do all need help, right? Want to get out of here?
We're being chased by the Yporene Vanguard. They want us dead.
Can you outrun them?
I think Bess can field that question.
If that is a TARDIS, then yes, getting away from the Vanguard shouldn't be a problem, but...
My TARDIS might be a little under the weather, but it can outpace the spaceships.
What's wrong with it? Maybe I can help.
Took a few hits. Flying through a war zone can be dangerous, after all.
But the Doctor's TARDIS doesn't fly, it disappears and reappears.
Seems he's barely shown you a fraction of what these beauties can do. How long have you been traveling with him?
Long enough to know he'll be looking for me as we speak.
You're welcome to stay here and wait for him, but there's plenty of space with me, and we can always send him a message to let him know where you are when we're out of danger. What about the rest of you? I can get the whole platoon off the stranded rock, to wherever you want to go. I presume Eldahawk?
Yes, please. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I didn't think any help would ever arrive. I was beginning to lose all hope. Thank you so much, Master.
I can't think of a single reason to stay any longer. Why waste another second here when we could be elsewhere? All aboard who's coming aboard.
You seriously expect us to get into that column? It's tiny. How did you even fit in there?
It's bigger on the inside, right? Like the Doctor's.
Top of the class. There's enough room to spin a Bantranxian warrior cat in there, and they're 3.5 meters long. Not that you'd want to.
We can't leave all of this stuff behind, not after all the effort we went to salvaging it.
What? The supplies, weapons, tech? I've got more in my ship. Come along.
Shard's right. We have, information here that would be vital to the war effort.
And since the Yporene Vanguard are already coming for us, why not leave a trap?
We can set off a beacon, leave them a signal to home in on.
While you do that, I can overload the generator powering the atmospheric shell. When that blows, it would rip the asteroid apart and would ignite whatever's left of the artificially created atmosphere. The shockwaves would be devastating for the Doffna Belt.
And any ships inside it, like the Vanguard mothership. The asteroids would go crashing into one another. It would damage the ship at least.
As wonderful an idea as that is, unfortunately, we don't have time for that.
Why not? If your TARDIS is like the Doctor's, then it can dematerialize in an instant. The Vanguard could be about to land and we'd still have time to get away.
Well, I did mention my ship wasn't working at full capacity.
We won't need much time. A handful of minutes. 15 max.
I don't see why that would be an issue.
I suppose I could work around that. Fix a few bugs in the ship, but no longer. Not a second.
Let's get to it then. John, set the beacon. Shard, give 5 half a hand with the generator. I'll collect what we need to take to Geldo Hawk.
I can help you, Harper. If you don't mind answering a question I have.
So, what did you want to talk about?
In the mess room, before we heard the Master arrive, you picked something up. It looks metal. Maybe a cog?
Did I? I don't remember. We were all panicking. What's it to you?
Maybe I'm not an official member of your platoon, but I pledged to live and die amongst you, in the midst and heat of the battle just the same. And while everyone else was focused on the Vanguard, you stopped to retrieve some seemingly insignificant piece of machinery. I just wanted to know why it's so important.
Look, I saved your life. If it hadn't been for me, you'd be dead right now, shot to pieces by the Yporene Vanguard. So I don't think you're in any position to be questioning me like this.
You don't know that. If you hadn't turned up, I might still be alive. I'm more resourceful than you give me credit for. I'm not some feeble girl.
You don't know where or when you are. You can barely hold a gun and genuinely believe you're from the distant past. You haven't really given me much to believe in.
You can try all you like, but you aren't a naturally intimidating person. Besides, you scanned my mind before the Dondran crashed. You know I'm not lying about anything.
I know you believe you're telling the truth. You might be clinically insane.
Harper, don't make me keep pushing. That cog is important, isn't it?
I've already told you, Bess, it's none of your business.
The thing is, I can be a bit like a rabid dog when the mood takes me. Once I've got something in my jaws, I won't let go.
I'm the leader of this platoon. I take my role and this entire war seriously. You don't have the need to know.
You can't really think I'm a spy.
I don't, but orders are orders.
Ah, you're that sort of person. I understand. You just need to realize that you can trust me.
You think I don't trust you? Bess, I'm going to get into an impossible vessel piloted by a strange alien based on the strength of your word alone. You do trust this man, don't you?
I have no reason not to.
He can do what he says, can't he? He can get us home.
If he's telling the truth, then yes. But I think we should keep an eye on him. Something about him doesn't quite sit right with me. Calling himself the Master? It's a bit arrogant. And why would the Doctor not have brought him up?
And if he's lying to us?
We let him know how angry that makes us. We've heard his declaration. Let's make ours known too. We are not helpless. We are not weak. We will fight every peril, dishonor, shame, tyranny, and oppression, including him if necessary. Just remember, we're all on the same side, you and I.
Wait, not that noise again.
Either the Master's leaving or... Quick!
So, what's this? Another of those ships?
This is it! The Doctor's here!
Oh, joy of joys.
Hurrah! Bess, you are a sight for sore eyes.
You finally decided to show up then?
I've missed that attitude of yours. How much apologizing do I have to do? We shall start with ice cream as soon as we get off this Oh, I see we aren't alone.
Of course we aren't. This is Shard, Jan, Fivehalf and Harper. They're part of the platoon that rescued me.
Yep, good to meet you all. I wish we had more time to chat, but we need to get...
Oh, and a friend of yours turned up. He has his own TARDIS?
Sorry, what? I can't think of anyone who meets that description. He isn't dressed like a monk, is he? I'm not in the mood for that cheeky blighter.
She's talking about me, Doctor.
You! What in the name of Rassilon are you doing here?
To be honest, I was wondering the same about you. Though you do have a knack for showing up where you're not wanted. And in a new body, it seems.
I see you've managed to come up with a new one yourself. Who did you kill this time?
Nothing so vulgar. Though I really must express my gratitude to Nissa for her sacrifice. Her father Tremas did serve his purpose well. Left her on Terminus, did you?
You need to leave here. No, more than that, you need to have never been here. Don't you know where here is?
Why must you be like that? Can we not be friends?
Am I not even allowed a moment of joy? You've put a real dampener on finding Bess.
My apologies. I didn't think you'd be so upset to see me.
What happened when last we met? Was it that business with the Sasquatch in the Taj Mahal? No, something to do with the Odin and Carly Jacobs? Or the Todgellin of Vicarbord 11? It doesn't matter. They've all got something in common. I stopped whatever malign scheme you had going on, and I'll do the same here.
Doctor, what are you on about? The Master's here to rescue us.
Rescue you? Rescue you? Nonsense, that's my job.
Well, you're too late. We've already got another ride.
I'm still not okay with getting on board a column, though.
Bess, why don't you come over here?
Why are you so rattled?
This situation was out of hand to begin with, and now we are so very, very, very far beyond that. You know what you said at the market about leaving? Well, we need to do that right now.
That's exactly what we're doing anyway.
We're just leaving a trap for the Vanguard first.
Yeah, I don't mean to be rude, but I was only talking to Bess.
What? Why are you being so uncouth?
I knew you were in the Doffna Belt. I traced your biosignature, but I hoped you weren't here. Not with these people.
What's wrong with us? Bess said you were nice, but you don't seem it.
No, I didn't mean that. This warzone, the Vanguard. I didn't want Bess to be in any danger.
Remember how I picked up poker when we were in 1950s America? Well, it's come in useful dealing with your more mysterious moods. I think I can tell when you're hiding something.
The way I see it, it doesn't particularly matter who goes in which ship. We'll all be off the asteroid in a matter of minutes.
You mean you're going to take the platoon away from here?
The Master's taking us home.
I can see my family on Elderhawk again. It's a miracle.
I can't let you do that.
Now, Doctor, I know how you like to be the hero, but surely we can share the duties this time.
You know exactly what I mean, Master.
We're nearly there now. I just need to set up a feedback loop, and the energy in the generator will start to build up. The levels are already unstable. I'm not sure how much longer it would have lasted anyway.
You mean it could have blown up in our faces?
A couple of hours, potentially. A day, definitely. I've just sped up the process.
Wait, something's wrong.
Did anyone see where Shard went?
What? No, not that. I've lost something.
What could be worth looking for now? Nothing can have that much sentimental value.
The reason we were out here in the first place. It's gone, and we can't leave without it.
Hello? Where are you?
Shard, we need you.
I heard you before, when I was out on the asteroid's surface. But how?
Come to us. Join us.
Where are you? Outside? I can't see you out there. Hello?
You should be with us, Shard. Open the airlock. Join us.
Okay. 4, 7, Epsilon, Omega. Identity Shard. Passcode.
Shard, what are you doing?
Passcode Delta 8.
Shard, no, you can't open the airlock. What are you thinking? You'll be sucked out.
I heard a voice. It was calling to me.
And you were going to do exactly what it said?
I think so. Yes. I don't know. It's all a blur.
I think I've heard that too. It was as if I was under a spell. I couldn't resist it.
So there's something else on this asteroid. It must have been slowly worming its way into our heads while we've been stuck here.
It's getting stronger.
John, Shard, come to us.
Did you just hear it again?
I did. Shard, we should stick together. Make sure the other's safe. Just in case. But I don't think we should tell the others. We're leaving soon and I don't want to worry them.
You don't want them to think we've snapped, more like. We should get away before that voice tells me to open the airlock again.
I wonder what it is. What could be that hypnotic? What could live on these barren rocks and drift in space and lure people out to their deaths?
I, for one, hope we never find out, because it seems the answers are out there, in the dead of space. I'm much happier in here where I can breathe. Come on.
We need you all.
Okay, everyone else has gone. You can tell me the truth now.
If only it were that simple.
From where I'm standing, it certainly is.
Don't give me that. For the entirety of our time together, you've been treating honesty as if it's a game. Your true identity, for a start.
You're questioning my identity? That's rich coming from someone with a title instead of a name. He of the ever-changing doctorate. Where was it from, again? Some days you claim Edinburgh, others St. Oscar's University. And where exactly is that?
Why must we muck about like this? Friends trust each other.
I can trust you and still want to keep some secrets, surely. You cannot mean to say you've told me every single iota of truth about yourself.
Your lifespan isn't anywhere near long enough for that.
Precisely! The alien who knows better has to lord it over us mere mortals.
You're angry I didn't rescue you sooner. I've already apologized for that.
Then to make up for it, you can tell me what's going on, what your relationship with this master is. If I didn't think it unlikely, I'd say you act almost like family.
It's complicated. We were friends once, more like adversaries now.
I think you once described me as your arch nemesis. I rather like that. To know someone was that obsessed and distressed by me. It flatters the ego.
Then how would you put it?
erstwhile acquaintances. We went to school together. In a different life. We fought side by side in a tremendous war. In another life. We killed each other in a third.
There's this game. 2 truths, 1 lie. You make 3 statements about yourself, but one of them isn't true. The other player then has to guess which it is.
You're saying one of them was a lie?
I'm saying that if you talk to him for long enough, it all becomes lies. Bess, I think this conversation should be between the 2 of us, without prying ears.
You mean the Master? Or the platoon?
Perhaps he means to slander me when I cannot defend myself.
I don't think he'd do that.
Why don't you tell us why you're really here?
Simple. I picked up some life signs in the Doffna Belt and came to help. I know no one could survive for long out here, so I figured a ride was the least I could offer.
No, that's not true.
You can't even entertain the notion that perhaps I'm here out of the goodness of my heart. And now you're here. Perhaps we could stand together.
It's all so sudden, so out of character for you.
Out of character? You know me so little.
I know you far too well. Your face and your quirks might change, but your selfishness and cruelty don't.
No, I won't stand for that. Master, I'm sorry for this. The doctor's clearly upset.
With good reason. And Bess, don't ever apologize for me. I always mean what I say.
Maybe you were right about finding somewhere private to talk. How about the TARDIS?
On second thoughts, no. I'm not letting this fiend out of my sight.
Then we'll have this out here. I want answers, and I don't care who gives them to me. Doctor?
Yes, I'm surprised about that, actually. That's still the title you're going by.
I've always been the Doctor.
Except when you aren't.
What's he talking about?
It's nothing.
Except it's everything. Who you are, or who you claim to be, is hidden behind that childish label. You stomp around the cosmos in that ridiculous blue box of yours, trying to act like you're morally superior to everyone else. I'd have thought you'd have gone for something with more power. I miss the days when you were the oncoming storm, the dark destroyer, the Valeyard. At least you knew where you stood with the Sandman, the Lord of Death.
Maybe Azael was right. Those names, are they really you?
Bess.
Still keeping your companions in the dark, I see. That didn't end so well with... Oh, but you haven't even met her yet. I forget which order you burned through your bodies. Have you even become the storm yet?
Still with the tedious mind games. Isn't that getting a bit old?
I've only ever spoken the truth. That's why you have such an issue with me, isn't it? Because I can cut through the deceit of your disguise. And you can see it in dear Bess's eyes. She wants to know who you really are. She's sick of looking up to some aloof mystery who won't even share his own name. All you ever offer is bluster and bravado. And for what?
And what about you, Master? What's that all about?
See how he tries to change the subject?
Stop it! Both of you! I'm not asking you to share all of your grand secrets about each other, but be honest with us about who you are in this moment and what good you are willing to do.
How he dies.
What did you say?
That's the one thing I remember about this face of yours.
Enough! Right here, right now, that's all that matters. You're Time Lords. Does that mean nothing? I'd say grow up, but you're both far older than me, so I shouldn't have to treat you like children and repeat myself. Or is what I'm saying too complicated for you?
I'd keep an eye on her. She's good at sniffing out the truth. Isn't that right, Bess?
You want the truth? I'll give you the truth. What should I tell her about? How you manipulated the planet Jocerum into subservience? Or the time you allied yourself with the Ogrons to start an intergalactic war? Or your involvement with the princes in the tower?
Doctor, stop.
Or perhaps I should tell her about that incident with King John, the Magna Carta, and my shape-shifting android friend Chameleon, and the pitiful attempt you made to alter history. Such a petty affair.
See, Doctor, the thing I don't understand is how you can so unfalteringly blame the Master for everything, call him villainous, and act like he is some great evil to be defeated. Yet he is the one trying to help us off this asteroid, when you're just standing there, grandstanding, and being decidedly useless. I expect more of you.
Bess, think of the voice of reason, how they preached benefits yet condemned their supporters to a horrifying fate. This is like that. You can't take the Master at face value. He's trying to deceive you, just like they did.
Except then, you were trying to save lives. That's why I stood by you. Yet now, you'd leave my friends to die. That's not the action of someone I'd want to travel with. So if you're going to continue to be stubborn and idiotic, I'm going to go help the platoon.
I don't want to look at you right now, Doctor.
I don't think that went very well.
Still with the jibes. All that jabbing.
Simply an observation. Your friend seems somewhat upset with you.
Only because of you.
If you want to continue to lay blame at my feet for things I have no role in, fine. But I'm not the one who abandoned Bess. If anything, I've offered to help her and her friends out of a tough spot. Maybe you should take a leaf out of my book.
Oh, the nerve.
It doesn't hurt to be nice.
Yet when it's you, there's always a catch.
You know what they say about suspicious minds.
We can't go on together? We can't build our dreams? Or are you trying to tell me that we're caught in a trap?
There's no trap here, Doctor. Everything is as it seems.
It has to be here somewhere. We have to keep looking. We can't leave without it.
How could you have lost it?
It must have fallen out of my pocket, or...
I don't mean to interrupt, but we seriously need to leave. The generator is ready. The energy is starting to build, so it'll need a few minutes, then it'll overload. The readings will fluctuate wildly as the power levels feed back on themselves. At least we'll know when it's about to explode. We'll really hear the hum of the power then. We just need to make sure it doesn't take us with it.
We better not have escaped the Vanguard to blow ourselves up in some treacherous scheme.
The radar's picking something up too.
They're close, aren't they?
Only a few parsecs away. Closing the gap faster than expected.
So what is the more immediate concern, the Vanguard or the generator?
About half and half.
Brilliant news. Oh, where is it? We can't go back without that piece of kit.
Harper, calm down. If you panic, you won't be effective in making a difference. Keep fretting and you may as well sit this one out.
This is my mission, Shard. If we go back empty-handed, that's on my head.
So long as we go back in one piece, that's all I care about.
Even if this works, and the Master's ship gets us away from here, our trap won't hold them back for long. Then they'll be out of the Doffna Belt, and Eldohawk, our home Shard. It'll be right in front of them. Those vicious creatures will be on the cusp of eradicating everything we hold dear. This is our only chance of changing that.
They're heading there anyway. At least we'd get to say goodbye to our loved ones first. Don't you want that?
I want to do my job properly.
You want to be the hero more like.
Can't you two play nice? Time is running out.
Bess, can you help me over here? In this corner, out of the way?
Gladly. Everything all right in here?
Tensions are running high. We don't have time for the social nicety, so spit it out.
Jan, will you tell me the truth? Harper was a bit cagey. This cog, it's important?
Part of our mission, along with killing as many of the Yporene Vanguard as possible, was to locate that cog and bring it back to Elderhawk.
But why? I don't see what it could possibly do.
It's none of my business. Our superiors promised it was worth the risk of going into enemy territory, so we did it. But beyond that...
See, my understanding is that cogs are a small part of a larger piece of machinery, which means it's part of something else. Are you saying you don't know, or don't want to tell me?
It isn't a cog, not in the way you're thinking. It's a key. That's all you're getting out of me, Bess.
And just when things are starting to get interesting. Thank you, Jan.
Now, if you'll excuse me, we really do need to find it.
You say that as if the outcome of the war depends on it.
Perhaps it does.
Thanks for helping.
Not at all. I'm happy to do my bit. You say you had it near the spacesuits.
We don't know you at all. You don't know us, so why are you helping?
Intergalactic do-gooder? Friendly face in a cosmos of the unfriendly?
I'm trying to figure out whether you're a Vanguard spy.
Of course I'm not.
That is exactly what a spy would say.
It's what a terrible spy might say on their first day undercover. I think you've seen too many holovids. What'll be the point? Tell me that. Because from what I know of the Yporene Vanguard, stealth is not in their skill set. Neither is subtlety. Why send me in when they could just blow you all to pieces? It's not their modus operandi. I swear I'm here to help. No ulterior motives at all. Hand on hearts.
Come to us, Shard. Be with us.
Tell me you can both hear that.
Aside from the whirring of the generator in the other room, there's only us talking in the silence of space.
What's wrong, Shard?
It's a voice, smooth and alluring.
Come outside, Shard. We will keep you safe. You know we will.
It's calling to me. I can't say no to it. It wants me to go out onto the surface of the asteroid.
But you die!
It says it'll keep me safe.
And you believe the strange voice calling to you through the ether?
It seems trustworthy.
Or highly hypnotic?
I don't think it wants to kill me, though. Can I put a spacesuit on first? I can't breathe out there otherwise.
Who's she talking to?
We do not wish you any harm. We only want you to be with us.
Did it respond? Did the voice reply?
Yes. It doesn't want me dead. I think maybe it just wants the company?
So it's close enough to hear you. Okay, you want to fight back, yes? You don't want to surrender yourself to the ravages of space?
Of course. Please help. I can't.
Come outside, Shard. Trust us.
I trust you.
I hope you trust me too. Stand back, Harper. I need to reach out telepathically to Shard. I can protect her. My mind should be able to shield her from whatever this voice wants. Contact. Shard, are you okay?
Yeah, What happened?
Can you hear the voice anymore? Is it still there?
No, it's gone. You saved me.
Ah, I'm happy to help. Just to be safe, though, I think you should wait in my ship. Whatever is sneaking into your mind won't be able to get at you in there. Put your arm around my shoulders. I'll support you. Will you be okay here, Harper?
I'll be fine. I'm sorry for ever doubting you.
It's already forgotten.
How is it so much bigger on the inside?
When we have a little more time, I'll gladly explain the relative dimensions. I promise you'll be safe in here. Take a seat. It's Yporene.
Looks antique.
It's rather valuable. Comfortable, too. There are drinks in the cabinet. Help yourself. The soda water is particularly delightful. I got it from the Venusian market. I'm going to help the others get us off this asteroid as soon as we can. Will you be okay on your own?
I will. Thanks for everything.
My pleasure, Shard.
Right, last chance.
You aren't going to budge, are you? You simply have to know.
Why are you being such a stubborn and irritating fool?
You want me to change who I am? Because as much as you might want me to start telling you absolutely everything, I can't. You've trusted me before, Bess. Why can't you do it now?
You know more about the platoon than you're letting on.
Of course I do. I know the personal history of everyone who ever lived.
But they aren't just anyone.
No? And what about you, eh? Shall we talk about who you are?
Stop changing the subject! This isn't about me!
You want to know why I'm being shorter than usual? We're in the middle of a war that took the lives of billions. One of my oldest enemies is up to something obscenely suspicious, and my friend has decided she's going to turn against me. So I'm having a very stressful day.
Want to make it up to me? Tell me about the cog.
What cog?
Don't play the fool now.
It's a genuine question, Bess. What cog are you talking about?
This one.
Where did you get that?
I borrowed it.
Pick someone's pocket? Harper's, I'd guess. Don't worry, I'm not going to chastise you for your nimble fingers. Can I hold it?
Sure. What do you make of it?
I've no idea. I mean, it looks like a cog. It's about the size of my palm, but quite weighty. It probably fits into something relatively big. Perhaps a telescope. Medical equipment?
They risked their lives for it. They're desperate to find it.
Probably a weapon then. So why purloin it?
I wanted answers from everyone.
I'm sorry, I can't help you.
Look at me, properly, and give me the cog back.
Gladly. Any reason for the prolonged eye contact? Now's not the time for a staring contest.
What's so significant about these people?
Bess, please.
You looked away.
You're reading me, are you? A bit of psychoanalysis. What's my body language saying?
That you know how much you're frustrating me. You're almost enjoying it.
We both keep our cards close to our chests. Makes us better poker players.
But we're supposed to be traveling companions. We should go back to acting like that. I like these people. I'm only alive because of them. So you're going to help me help them, like we've done with so many other people.
I can't. There's too much at stake here. We are minutes away from a major historical event. Time is dangerously sensitive. We can't risk even the slightest change.
I wish you'd tell me why. Then I could perhaps find a way to forgive you. As it is, not a chance. Get out of my sight. I'll do this on my own.
I'm not leaving you.
Then I'll be the one to leave.
Tell me you found it. There's barely a minute left.
I haven't got it.
Oh, look! What's this down here?
Bess, what have you found?
Looks like... Oh, it's only a cog.
No, wait. Let me see. Where was it?
It must have fallen under this broken crate.
Great. So we've got what we need. Can we leave now?
Bess, have you made your decision? Who will you come with?
I don't think there's anything left for me with the doctor. If you'll take me, Master?
Most certainly. You know I have the space. Speaking of, where is the old goat?
The doctor? He slipped away a minute ago.
Then let us not dawdle. Into the Master's ship.
Join Shard and make yourselves at home. I'm so glad you decided to join us, Bess.
Your TARDIS. It's darker than the Doctor's.
A design choice. Nothing more. I find it more aesthetically pleasing than the sheer brightness of his. Don't you?
We don't have time. The generator is about to blow.
Don't worry. We're safe in here. I just need to... Perhaps I should take a different tact.
There's barely a minute left.
It won't work. The controls are responding.
I thought you said your TARDIS was slightly damaged, not completely broken.
It wasn't like this a minute ago. Someone's been tampering with it. Shard, did you see anything strange happen?
It wasn't me. I didn't touch anything.
I wasn't accusing you. I was wondering if there'd been any other guests.
Like who?
I think he's blaming me.
Ah, Doctor, there you are. Couldn't face us in person, I see.
The video link works fine.
Doctor, why are you on the Master's scanner?
To tell you that he's right, I am responsible.
You grounded my ship.
For the greater good, yes. I will not let your TARDIS leave this asteroid.
What? Then we'll come with you. Will that make you happier?
You can, Bess, but only you.
What's that supposed to mean?
He wants to leave the rest of us behind.
I thought you said he'd help us, not leave us here to die.
I'm sorry. I truly am, but my hands are tied.
Why are you doing this? Why are you condemning all of us?
I'm sorry you had to see the truth like this, Bess. But the Doctor isn't the man you think he is.
We're running out of time. The Yporene Vanguard are practically on top of us, and the generator is about to blow.
We could still get out of here in one piece. The Doctor could let us go.
And I don't understand why he won't.
You won't change my mind. This is how it has to be.
You monster. Traitor.
You are as bad as the Vanguard.
How could you? How could you?
Now we see your true colors, Doctor.
Bess, will you come with me?
And leave these people to die? I won't even dignify that with an answer.
Seconds till the generator goes.
If that's your decision, then fine. No one is leaving this asteroid.
10 seconds.
Doctor, you've betrayed us all.
3, 2, 1.